Hi, I'm Carrie, and I'm here today with my kids.
I'm Abby.
And I'm Betsy.
And we'd like to invite you to be curious about money.
We had some friends over at the Creative Discovery Museum, and we asked them questions about money and asked them what their questions were.
And we're going to answer some of those for you today, such as,
why is it important to save money?
So then you can buy stuff in the future that can help you survive.
For the future when you need a house and a car.
how do you know how much money you should save?
You should save about 20 or like 30% out of the money you have.
What is a budget?
A budget is how much you want to spend and how much you allow yourself to spend.
A budget is something that you can only spend so much money until, you can't. I might track it with sharing it with other people.
All right, we're going to play a game, and it's a play on budgeting. You get to shop in our candy store for a total of 2 minutes. And you can keep all the candy and take it home with you, but you have to ask your parents before you eat it. If you don't go over $10. But you can spend as much as you want and take as much candy as you want as long as it's less than $10. Go. You can collect your candy and write down the prices and figure out how much you can get. $9.84. Nice. You can keep it. Put it in a bag and your name on it. Let's go. $3.76. Oh! $8.45. You may keep it, friend. Here's your bag. Albanese sour. $3.76. A penny over. Oh man. And then are these yours? In that game, we learned that when you have money, you have to strategically decide what you purchase with it. And that's what budgeting is all about. So let's learn some more.
One of the questions we asked our friends was, why is it important to save money?
So what did we learn? Why is it important to save money?
To save it up for something that you need or
Or
that you want.
Yeah, also for retirement, because later you can stop working and then you have money saved up so you can still pay for your home, your car.
And the things that you need.
Yeah, the things that you need and want.
So if you want to buy a car or a house, you probably need to save up money for it. If you could pay for it on your own, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, those are very big expenses. And so we might need to borrow some money from the bank to help us. But the bank will only help you if you also are saving and if you also have some sort of plan to be able to pay them back, right?
Right, because you can't just go up to the bank and say, hey, I need money. Well, but you also need to save, because otherwise you're just relying on the bank, and that's not, it is their job to help, but it's not their job to do the work for you.
Actually, what's interesting is a bank is a for-profit institution most of the time, meaning they want to make money on transactions. So their job is to make money, and if they can do that by helping you, they will. But they're going to need some proof of your ability to pay them back, and that you have the history of managing your money.
Right.
So that's something that's really important to build too, is a history of managing money so that you can go ask the bank when you need to borrow some money for bigger things.
How do we decide how much to save?
Ooh, that's such a fun question. How much money to save is sort of like an out there question. It depends on what you want to save for and if you make enough to cover your basics. So a budget is a really great place to start. And a budget helps you know how much you have coming in from your work and how much your expenses are every month. And then that shows you what's extra. Hopefully there is extra. Sometimes there's not. And that gives you an opportunity to review if your expenses that you've categorized as necessary really are necessary, or if you can make some adjustment, for example, a different cell phone provider, to try to save a little bit of money that will then give you some extra. So hopefully you can work on your budget to the point that you find a little extra. And then you can determine what's most important to you. So we need to save for the future, right?
Yeah.
Like you've mentioned, retirement. We need an emergency fund because if you have a house and something goes wrong, I mean, we've had a lot of things happen recently, right?
Yeah.
It can get expensive fast. And so you need to have a reserve to be able to pull from. Or if you have a pet, something can happen with them and you can have a really big bill, right?
Right, and you want to have money saved over, so if it's an emergency and you're like, I don't have enough money for this, I need more money, then you already have some saved that you can use.
Yep, stashed away for a rainy day. So it's important that we save some for that and other things. But then also, if you want a new car or you want to go on a fun trip or you want to buy something, you can do those things. You just map out how long it'll take you to get there based on what you're willing to do with your other priorities. We had so much fun with our friends answering questions about money. Thank you for joining us. There's a lot of great resources for kids and teenagers about money, and we're glad that you're being curious and asking questions. If you need any help finding those resources, feel free to reach out.